What up, guys? Welcome back to Lindsay's Lair 888. If you saw my first video, welcome back. If you've not been here before, welcome for your first time. So this channel really is just for some general advice or guidance, or what the universe decided to bring you today. The video comes up because your energy pulled it to you for some reason, and I hope it helps in some way, small or large. Okay, so that's just what it's here for. I do kind of a general card reading for everyone and some cool messages, like I said, whatever the universe and your angels needing to tell you. And also I have a stone or a crystal of the day, of the reading, and that will be, you see that orb? Or whatever that, it's dust. You see it? Okay, sorry. And then the meaning of that crystal or stone of the day too. So maybe that will resonate with you, and you guys can go look up more about it and maybe get yourself one at your local crystal holistic healing shop. What else? Like I said, hope you enjoyed the last video. And if you like this video, if you would like, share, subscribe, and hit that little bell icon to make sure that you see when my videos come up. And when I post them, I would really, really appreciate it if you do. And I guess let's get started. I did some cleansing and stuff with the area before I got started to make sure that only divine guidance came through. Excuse me. And that somebody needed to speak their truth, maybe. This throat chakra, get some blue going on. Cleanse that out. Some of you guys might need to work on that. I might need to work on that. So I have some teal, some blue going on today. So we'll say that's the color of the day. I was called and pulled to start with, excuse me, I'm getting a little stuff out of the way, to start with my angel cards. Okay, so I just asked that the angels give us a little bit of guidance, maybe some validation, stuff that you know already that you've been thinking about, that they're gonna let you know that yes. Wow, I know y'all saw that, right? Hope everyone's new year has been going really good so far. I know mine has. Try to stay appreciative, you guys, of everything. See if there's one more, angels, one more card that you guys, I feel like a lot of people need some guidance this week. Oh, okay, more than one card. Yeah, I think that's good too. All right, pardon me. All right, let's see what we got here. Now, if you saw my last video, you know that I do intuitive reading, and just kind of what the cards say in general. Also, they usually have, always have to be intertwined with each other. They're always usually relating to each other in some way. So let's see what we got going on. Any messages I receive as we go, I will definitely give those to you guys. Sometimes I read upside down cards and sometimes I don't. It just, to me, it's what comes up and what I feel that is needed to be said at that time. So I try to do timeless, I do timeless readings. So that means it doesn't matter if this was a year from now and you saw it, or it's 5 minutes after I posted it that you saw it. It's not for the specific day. It's just for when you see it, then you're needed to hear those messages. So let's get started a little bit. I always do a bit of my own and then do a bit out of the book. We'll do these are the Healing with Angels Oracle cards by Doreen Virtue. I think I used them in the last video, but I really like them. They're super beautiful. Let's see what we have here. Wow, okay. I think this has been going on with a lot of different people just in general, starting out the new year too. Meditation came up upside down, so I feel like people aren't meditating as much as they need to be, myself included. We have to remember that meditation, when we ask the universe for something, to be able to get that and to get in the receiving mode, meditation really helps with that. So if, you're blocking your head up with a bunch of stuff, unneeded thoughts, unneeded energies, geared towards things that you really shouldn't be thinking about or dwelling upon or putting your energy towards negative thoughts, all that stuff. We need to clear that out. So meditation is really good for that. Remember that meditation's not only, you don't just have to sit down and be quiet, you know, the way that you usually see it portrayed in general. You know, it doesn't have to be that way. There's walking meditation, there's guided meditation, you know, you can even be meditative with songs, with music. So please think if, you know, it's not just one way. So please know that there's different ways and avenues that you can go to get in a meditative state. I know one way for me is gardening when I pick weeds. I love it. It just, man, I just get into that groove and I feel the earth and I smell the dirt and the plants, and knowing that I'm making things nice and neat and organized, you know, it really makes me feel calm and relaxed, and it clears my mind, and I don't really think about anything else when I'm doing that. Same with painting for me. So I'm sure there's stuff that you enjoy doing that's meditative that may not be in the actual quote-unquote category of being, you know, a meditation, but you can use that to meditate, because the point of it is to clear your mind so you can chill out, quit thinking about the shit that you worry about all day, and let it come to you. Because as long as you've asked, the universe will give it to you. Just fucking relax, bro. Okay? Okay. So let's get back on that meditation upside down. I think it's super important that we get on that now, and that we get out in nature with it. You know, get a bit more freedom going. Free yourself up to either, you know, if you're working too much, you could be working yourself 6-7 days a week. You need a day off. You need a time to rest and play. That's also another form of meditation. If you're out with your friends, say having a drink, or if you're out with your friends playing a game, softball game, board games, those in a way are forms of meditation, because that takes your focus off of what mundane things you think about all day that you need to let go and let the universe handle for you. Okay? So playfulness is in there, definitely connected to meditation, and making sure that you guys know that you have other routes to do that. If you have any questions too about it, let me know. And we'll have my information on my Instagram, my Facebook, and my email at the bottom. So, I think I'll have Snapchat on there too. So all that's new, so I'm trying to get everything geared together, but be patient with me. The site is under construction. I'm trying to get the art cover made and everything. So, yeah, I appreciate you guys again. All right. Just give me 1 second. See what else we got going on here. Enchantment. For one, it's one of my favorite cards. Look how beautiful that is. Can you see it? Ooh, it's a little bright, huh? Anyway, that horse and the colors on it. Oh, it's blue, just like I was talking about with the throat chakra earlier. Let's see what enchantment has to say. A lot of us are forgetting the magic of life and the beauty of life, and we get stuck in this human vortex of, you know, thinking we have to do things, we have to, and just, you know, forceful and aggressive and, you know, painful, and you have to work yourself to death. And no, you don't. That is not the point, I promise you. The point is to be happy. The point is to relax. The point is to learn. The point is to absorb and play and heal and study and all this, and be enchanted. That's what my face is, by the way, if you were wondering. Enchanted. So the enchantment card says, recapture your childlike sense of wonder and awe. View the world as a magical place. Remember when you were a child and how magical the world seemed? This sense of enchantment is the spirit of our inner child. Somewhere along the way, did you lose that sense of wonder? The angels ask you to recapture your magical sense by remembering that a miraculous power surrounds you. Ask God and the angels to help you with anything, small or large. Don't worry. You aren't removing the angels from more important tasks when you ask for their help with everyday situations. They truly want to support you so that you are free of worries. Probably also why the freedom card came up. You need to free your mind a little bit, guys. The In Vogue song came up. Free your mind. That's in more ways than one. In that way, you exude joy in the wonder of children who trust that they are taken care of. And when you are joyful, your divine light inspires everyone who sees you. I know you see those people that see me, my friends, like, dang, you're happy all the time. Yeah, it's because when you have a positive mindset and you make sure you're focusing that positive energy out and have good intentions, it comes back to you like that. And there's no reason not to be happy, guys. Look at where you are. Look at what you have. You have to learn to be as happy in as a cave as you are with $1 billion. That's why we need to be happy with ourselves first. So be happy with your surroundings around you right now. Be happy with yourself. Even if you have to work on that and you have to practice it. It is a practice, you know? And it's a fun practice. That's, you know, the journey, not the destination, like we hear all the time. You know, because once you get to the destination, guess what? You're going to want to have another destination, because then that will plateau and then you're going to want something else. You know what I mean? So that keeps the revolving door going around and around and around until we're not here anymore on this earth. You know, until you move on to the next life or whatever you believe the next stage is. So, you know, you're always going to be growing and learning, and that's the point. Don't plateau yourself, you know. Don't stop the growing because you think that it's a one-time thing, or that you should have done all you could do and been the best at age 30, or whatever judgment and harsh thing you're putting on yourself. Let that shit go and enjoy learning and growing and seeing what you can create in your world, because it really is a beautiful thing. So, yeah, so enchantment, I like that. I like enchantment a lot. We've got some new love and a soulmate coming in for some people. Remember, that's all to do with meditation and playfulness too. So when you love yourself and you're playful and you know that you're loved, and say you have a focus on somebody that is your true love, or you believe that's your person, right? So if you're not together, you want to send them love. You want to make sure that don't dwell. I love that word. Don't dwell on, oh, maybe, you know, they're not talking to you or you're not talking to them. Maybe things aren't going like you thought. Maybe, you know, whatever happened, make sure you're, number one, not taking it personally. And number two, know that if you want that situation to improve, it will improve if you're focusing on the positive things about it. So it could be a time you shared with them. It could be something they said to you. It could be you both share the favorite color, you know, whatever it may be. If you focus on that good stuff, not only will more of that good come to you from them, but if for some reason that person does not match your vibration and they fall away, then, you know, something new and improved or healed will come back to you. Does that make sense? So, you know, again, when we focus on worry and we focus on negative stuff, obviously, if you believe in the law of attraction as I do, then you know that that stuff comes back to you, right? So in my little bit of personal stuff in my relationships that I've had prior to me awakening fully and all that, you know, they were abusive relationships. And I really had to learn to take responsibility for that, because the way that I thought about myself and the way that I talked to myself in my head was horrible. You know what I mean? So I have to correlate that with what was coming into my life at the time. Now the way I talk to myself, only love shall come this way. You understand what I mean? So that's what you guys have to do too. You can't change how people act. You can't change situations. You can only change how you feel and how you control your emotions and what's going on with that. Okay, so don't take it personal. Make sure that you're loving yourself. And if any situation, even if it's a job situation, if you don't want to be in that job, make sure that you're focusing on the good things about that job. Whether it is you always get a good parking spot before you go in, focus on that. You know, if you make good money there, but you maybe you don't like the environment, focus on the good money that you make. You know, when you start doing that, then it starts a buildup of good things that start to come to you. You know, and then all the negative and all what's not supposed to be there washes away. So you might get fired. Blessing in disguise, because you didn't want to be there anyway. So that sometimes is the universe making you and pushing you and making sure that you take the next step. If you weren't going to quit, they got you out of that situation. Do you know what I mean? So, yeah, back to healing, and that is part of healing, and making sure that your soulmate and your true love, your new love, new love, not true love, soulmate and new love are coming in. Soulmates can be, you know, anybody. They could be your friend, they could be a dog, they could be, you know, your cousin. Soulmates doesn't have to be a romantic thing, remember that too. It could be somebody there to teach you a lesson, or somebody there, you know, that you've had a soul connection with, maybe in another life or whatever, but it doesn't mean a romantic situation, just so we're clear on that. All right, Archangel Michael, let's see what he has to say. This powerful archangel is with you right now. He gives you courage and helps release you from the effects of fear. Through this card, Archangel Michael is making his presence known to you. He is the symbol of true courage, stemming from knowing that God's love is the only power there is. Michael is letting you know that as you make changes in your life and as you encounter challenges, you are safe and secure. God and the angels help you stay true to yourself during trying times. Have heart-to-heart discussions with Michael often. Pour out all of your concerns to him and don't worry about overburdening him. Michael, like all of the archangels, is able to be with everyone simultaneously who needs him. He has no limitations of time or space, so he can help you and others concurrently. So Archangel Michael has a lot to do with healing and cutting ties that we need to on this earthly plane that keep us down. You know what I mean? So I've actually worked with him before and sat down and meditated and talked with him, and he's helped me quite a few times with things that I needed. So trust. He will be there to help you if you have faith and you just ask. You know, it's that simple, seriously. So you guys have some healing to do. Maybe you have the new love coming in. Maybe you need to cut some cords to be able to have that new love come in. Let go of old habits. Let go of old thinking patterns, because that will block it too. Okay? Your intentions. Make sure we have intentions here. Make sure you're setting your intentions. Wow, these are all just so intertwined with each other. I love it. So go to intentions for a minute. Make sure that you're setting your intentions. What does that mean? That could be for the day. That could be for the month. That could be for your life in general. The point is to be clear about what you want. Okay, sit down. Try it for tomorrow. Sit down tonight. Write your intentions for tomorrow. What do you want tomorrow to be like? I want to be happy when I wake up. Or I'm happy when I wake up. If you just want to do affirmations, I am happy. I am happy every day that I wake up. I am beautiful. I am loved. I am strong. As corny as you think they may be, you know, it actually does work, and it starts to train your mind to think that way. And like I said, it is a beautiful thing. So, but what are your intentions tomorrow? I intend to have a good day. You know, I intend to go to work with a positive attitude. I intend to give love. I intend to receive love. Stuff like that. You know, that's kind of an easier, more broader spectrum of stuff it's pretty easy to have that intention than to expect it, right? So then you start to build up to other things that that you want. I intend to have a big house on the beach with plenty of windows so that my plants can get all the sun they need. I plan to have my own business. I intend to, you know, just things of that nature. What do you want for your life? You can have whatever you want. So if your mind's scattered and all over the place and you're not meditating and clearing it out after you've set your intentions, then the universe isn't going to know what to give you. It's going to give you a jumbled pile of shit. You know what I mean? May not be shit, but you know. It's going to be a lot of stuff that you're going to have to weed through and figure out instead of being clear and focused. Okay? So think about that too. What else do we have here? Study. Some of you are definitely going to get the freedom that you want, which really is to be able to do what we want when we want, right? To not have any worries, to not have any fears. To me, that's freedom. You know, no worries, no fears, just letting go, letting the universe take care of everything. That's freedom. So that also has to do, maybe with some of you are wanting to get into a new sport. There goes my ring light. To get in a new sport, I don't know why I said sport. Maybe some of you are athletes and you're maybe switching sports, or you know, you'd rather not be in a cubicle and you'd rather be playing on a professional team. That's what you need to be doing, whatever your passion may be. You know what I mean? So part of the study is, I think, has to do with when you release the things that you need to be healed. It has to do with your job, has to do with whatever it may be. And then the study comes in to where, you know, if your passion, if you won't, how do I say this? Sorry, I can't even talk. Say you're not happy with your job right now. You know, go back to your passion. Put more study in your passion. Put more focus in your passion of what you feel like you want to do. It's not what society thinks that you should be doing. Not what your mom said, not what your dad said, not what the government says, not what your teacher says, not what the preacher says. none of that matters. Sorry guys, but it doesn't. It only matters what you feel and what you want from here, not what society thinks you're supposed to be doing. When I found out that I didn't have to graduate from high school and go straight to college and get a degree and marry and have a family right away, I was ecstatic. Because that's not what I wanted to do. I wanted to be an artist and do me. You know what I mean? Does that mean I don't want to have a family now, maybe? Or that it's not a possibility? No. But I definitely set my intentions and know that what I want is a possibility. And I make sure that I move towards that goal. If there's anywhere, a person or a place or anything that I don't like and I don't want to be around, I don't keep myself in that situation. I make sure I move on. And I'm strong enough inside to know that I can do it and know that the universe supports me in it. That's where you guys have to get to. Okay? So you might need to study a bit more if you are wanting to switch careers or start to do what your passion is. I don't care if your passion is making the best damn hamburger or hot dog that anyone's ever tasted. If that's what you are being pulled to do and that's what gives you joy and gives you happiness, then go do that shit. Seriously. I know we're taught otherwise, but that shit's wrong. Just like most of them textbooks out there. You are engaged in learning and study right now. Your angels guide you to take time to read, listen, and grow. The card validates that this is an important time for you to learn new ideas or skills. Perhaps you feel guided to enroll in a class, and this card confirms that feeling. If you are currently attending school, they ask you to continue. Sometimes when we're in a learning phase of our life, we become anxious to test our new knowledge. Instead of learning, we want to apply what we've learned. However, timing is everything, and this card guides you to not rush into action. Instead, enjoy the process of learning. The growth that accompanies an educational experience is enjoyable if we remind ourselves to stay focused on the here and now moment. Also remember that studying and classes and schooling and all that doesn't have to mean you have to go back to actual school. You know how many things are on YouTube that you can learn, do-it-yourself stuff, channels that other people have that are same interests that you have that you can go learn things from. You know, go talk to some friends that are maybe doing the same thing, get to know somebody online that's doing the same thing you want to do and chat with them about it. You can educate yourself in so many ways. No excuses of I don't have the money, I don't have the time. If you really want it, you'll go for it, trust me. You'll get it done. So that's really on you. The ball is in your court to make sure that you take care of that and that you're going for your dreams and your goals, because that's what it's about, you know. When we feel that freedom and we are enchanted and we have love surrounding us and we're healed, it's such a beautiful place to be, and it's such a comforting place to be, and you're able to help other people. You know, you have everything you need, and man, and you just enjoy this life so much more when you're not thinking you have to work yourself to death to get what you want. It really does start here. Mind, body, and soul. You can switch this shit up really quick. I've changed my life around in the last 2 years. And how long does 2 years take? Really not very long these days. How quick did this last year go? Seriously. You know, January is almost over too. What the hell? So, let me see here. Let me think. I think that's pretty good for those. Just some basic, you know, pay attention to the people coming in your life. Let's go ahead and see what soulmate says. Your prayer for a soulmate relationship is answered. Follow the guidance that you receive so that you may enjoy this gift of divine love. Your heart yearns for a big love. Since you are on the spiritual path, you desire a partner with similar philosophy and common interest. Can you have great passion and spiritual companionship with the same person? This card confirms that your answer is yes. By drawing this card, your angels ask you to trust in and follow their lead. They have heard your prayers for great love, and they guide you to take steps to manifest this desire. If you're in a current relationship, your angels ask you to release this partnership to them. And that way they can help elevate your relationship to a soulmate level or help you to gently end it so that your new love may appear. Either way, they will closely assist you and give you the clear steps to take. So kind of what I was saying earlier about making sure that you're not blocking that pathway and just focusing on all the positive of whatever it is. You know, if it's not a specific person, just focus on good qualities of the person you'd like to have come to you. Same with the job, even same with family members. You know, if you have family members that they just rub you the wrong way or just their energy's maybe negative, you know, just think about the good aspects of them, because there always is some. You know, maybe they're your favorite uncle or your favorite aunt, or You know, you have awesome times cooking with your grandma as a kid. You know, whatever it is in that person, that even if it's the smallest thing that you remember, oh, I really liked the color of their hair. You know, anything like that that's positive that you can hold on to about that person is so much more valuable than trying to hang on to anything negative about them, because that's not helping the situation either way. Number one, they probably don't even know that you feel that way, so you're poisoning yourself. And number two, again, it doesn't do any good anyway. You know, if you're going to be focusing on something, it's easier to focus on the positive and have that good feeling than stay with that horrible feeling and then just be stewing all day for nothing and wasting your wonderful energy, right? Right. All right, angels, I think that's enough from them. Let's see what the animals have to say. Let's see here. I love the animal cards. I have a couple decks. This is one by Susie Green, Animal Messages. So if animals could let us know a couple things, that would be awesome. Any messages you guys have for us today, tonight, would be greatly appreciated. Just finish out this little bit of a reading for some guidance and advice. And remember, if you guys are seeing animals that cross your path, kind of come out of nowhere, make you notice them, that's, you know, the universe trying to give you a sign. You know, there's a message behind that, and you can look up animal messages. You know, whatever the animal is, look up, let's say lion. A lion might cross your path, so you can look up lion medicine card or lion animal totem or lion animal medicine or anything like that. And there's a few sites you can look at, kind of get a general idea of what it means. And man, I tell you, when I tell you it's on point, it's super on point. Oh, I love the Raven. Animals, any more messages for tonight? Oh, I think that's good too. Oh, all right. I was thinking of a squirrel, which is pretty funny. Oh, my beloved bat. Yeah, there's a lot of big changes this year, guys, so make sure that your resources are gathered. Now, that doesn't mean, again, you know, when we think of resources being gathered, saving money, all that, we have to make sure that our mindset about money is not holding on to it too tight either, okay? So pretty much just like make sure you're ready, make sure you have all your ducks in a row once you set your intentions. There's a lot of changes, and you want to make sure that you can roll with those changes. Let me see what actually, this is the red squirrel. You want to make sure you can roll with the changes this year and know that, you know, it could switch from night and day, you know, in one day. Like, changes can occur so quickly. Make sure that you're able to roll with them and flow with them and not try to, you know, force against them, because that's not your true path. Your true path is to go with the flow and just follow your intuition of good things. If it feels bad, don't do it, period. Red Squirrel has scurried into your card so that you may prepare for the future for changes in the air. She counsels that you gather skills that are universal, transferable, and fundamental, the simple tools of life, such as cooking or the growing of vegetables, too often cast aside in a metropolitan world, and preserve some of today's material bounty for the morrow. Unencumbered and adaptable, you may then, like squirrels, swim with the tides of the future and enjoy what is here today. So yeah, I think that has to do with the study card that we had from the angels also, because, you know, gathering tools and resources, I think correlates directly with studying, and make sure that you're ready for what's coming up, because your changes in your love life or changes in your career or job, you know, we'll make sure that you can go with the flow and that you're ready and have the tools that you need for after you set your intentions, have the tools you need to get there. So And the biggest thing I think is healing, letting stuff go, like I said, and making sure that your mindset is stable, that you're grounded, and all that we talked about. Raven, listen to your intuition to receive a message from the world of spirit. Listening to your intuition. Sometimes it's hard to do when your mind's cluttered up. So going back to meditation again. Maybe that's why it was upside down. Because you guys are really, you know, ignoring your intuition, knowing that you should do something, feeling that you should do something, and going the opposite way. And then when that turns out crazy, you're like, what the fuck happened? Well, that's what happened. You didn't listen to your intuition. So make sure you're following that feeling, not what you think you're supposed to be doing from what you've been told all your life and what you're trained to do. Okay? Remember that. Peacock. I love the peacock. Back to some blues again. Protect your heart from those who may cheat before they hurt you. Let's see a bit more what she has to say. Peacock's call warns of the dangerous approach of tiger and cobra. As forest denizens heed and flee, so you should now fly from the concrete jungle's double dealer and heartbreaker. Cosmic vehicle of Kama, Hindu god of love, Peacock knows that although the first declarations of love may be attended by flowers or offerings of ambrosial foods, true intimacy develops later in seclusion and simplicity. Outward show is a ritual and should not be confused with realities of long-lasting relationships. I think that's kind of like a all that glitters is not gold type thing. Make sure that you guys aren't relying on material things to and egotistical things to determine what relationships you want to be in. I would, make sure it's on a more spiritual level. Make sure it's deeper. Make sure you guys can hold a conversation. You know what I mean? There's so much more important and interesting stuff than just, I like them because they wear expensive clothes, or they're the cutest guy or girl in the class, or whatever it is. The class, what are we, in high school? But you know what I mean? Focusing on just that and not will sometimes get you into situations that kind of suck and that you feel like you're stuck in, because you're just focused on the outer and the egotistical, what the ego wants and what the ego sees, instead of going inward and being like, damn, I don't get along with this person at all. You know what I mean? So make sure you're not overstepping that, and you're staying true to making sure that you have more than just a physical connection with somebody. All right? Oh, Mr. Tortoise, when changes are made for the sake of change itself, resist. I want to go into him a little bit more too. I haven't pulled him in a while. Nice to see what he has to say. Older than dinosaur, embodiment of ancient wisdom and living testament to the wonder of her form, unchanging tortoise plods on through time. Like tortoise, resist change for novelty's sake. Be true to your way of living, your partner, and your creativity, lest you destroy something more wonderful than you yet know. Tortoise also counsels constructing a mental carapace to protect yourself from the unjustified criticisms of others, for as tortoises' hatchlings emerge from their shells, perfect, you too were born flawless. Yeah, if you're just wanting to change things just for changing them, like, oh, I want to go buy a new car because I want a new car, and make sure that the change is to go along with your true intentions of what you want for your life. I guess I feel like it's like, don't be just frantic and what's the word I'm looking for? Where you're not really thinking about what you're doing and you're just doing it. Make sure that the change that you're making is coming from your intuitive place, and that it's going to be leading you to where you want to be. Does that make sense? Hopefully it does. I'm going to leave that one with you guys. You heard what he had to say. Mountain goat. Fighting for love or ardent declarations may hide unfaithfulness. Let's see. I don't know that I've ever pulled the mountain goat. If I have, it's been very rare. Deep in his body, mystical goat fashions Beelzar, considered a remedy for disease. As goat holds these cures within, so you hold the remedies for your life's ills. Goat, intensely sexual, maintains a harem and fights fiercely for his consorts, and counsels that even those who strive ardently for your love may not be true. However, defend your present love passionately and thoughtfully. Celebrate it with the gift of wild rose, the full moon seen on a wild night, and it will remain yours forever. Yeah, I think that kind of has to go back with what we were talking about and making sure that you're delving deeper with this new love coming into your life, what the angels were talking about, and that you have that connection and that it's not just a false, mask of a situation or of a relationship. That's not just a shell, that there's more to it than that. A little meat, if you will. Moose, with self-reliance and measured patience, adversity will be overcome. That's crazy because I saw 3 yesterday on a video, and then that came up again. And then I've seen ravens fly today, and squirrel popped in my head before we started, so that's pretty cool. I always like when I see stuff like that. And bat, if you guys know, I love bats, and that's the last card that came up. So we'll get into him in a minute. So yeah, self-reliance. Again, that comes back to self-love, making sure that you have your intentions set, knowing who you are, standing strong in your beliefs, and don't let anybody shake them. You know what you know, and don't let anybody tell you otherwise. And patience. Patience is such a big deal. When we want something, I know it's a fast world, we want it now. It's not always going to be the case. Remember that. You're going to have patience about some things. Just like when you plant a seed, you have to water it. You have to give it some sun, you have to give it some loving energy, and then it grows. That's how the universe works also. It doesn't always pop up right away. Number one, because it may not be the right time. So if your energy is not matching what you want yet, you have to get yourself to that energy and to that place where it's, you know that you'll have it, you don't worry about it, and, you just make sure you remain positive and patient until the right time is to come for that, to meet you there, okay? Bat, you have the power to transcend failure and move into a limitless future. Yeah, see, all tied into that, about the power of you, that you hold, not giving your power to anybody else, not dwelling, making sure when you're setting your intentions that they're not set with doubt. Okay, set them as if they've already happened. Talk about them, dream about them, daydream about them, write about them as if it's already happened, because it has, right? Because what this time is right now, we've already manifested. This is old. This is 2 weeks old, 3 weeks old, a month old, a year old. Stuff that you see now that you're like, oh, I thought about that 4 days ago. Yeah, this is when it's manifested. So make sure that you know that you're limitless and you can do whatever you want to do, but you have to have a strong mind to do it, and you have to know that your intuition is guiding you and follow it, okay? I want to thank the animals for that. Hopefully that stuff helped. We'll go on to the crystal / stone for today. I was pulled the other day to get some red carnelian. Oh my god, can you see how red it is? I don't know, but it's so beautiful. And the different tones of red. It bestows a profound feeling of well-being, competence, personal power. It's useful for any ventures. So if you're looking for new work, putting ideas to use that you have, this goes along with the career change that you guys may be going through and studying. Maybe get yourself a red carnelian, keep that around you to help you manifest the career or the job or the person that you want. Let's see, it also helps in exploring our creative side. So if you are an artist that involves, music, that can be, doing cosmetology. I mean, there's all different types of art, poetry, whatever you are creating. It doesn't matter if it's labeled an art or an artist or not. If you want to get some carnelian around you to help explore your creative side, you can meditate with them, where it'll give you new ideas. Make sure you're cleansing them though and re-energizing them either with the full moon or the sun. Okay, once you use them and put that energy in there, you have to remember to cleanse it and clear it out. So, what else? Oh, it also helps you make good decisions. That's right. So maybe that's why I was drawn to getting 3 of them. Make sure I make triple good decisions, right? Right. I love these stones. They're absolutely beautiful. They're pretty inexpensive. You guys can have one, very easily for yourself if that's what you need help with for tonight or today or this week. I appreciate you guys so much. I'm trying to think if there's anything else I wanted to say. Hopefully that all made sense. I do have a new IGTV video up on my Instagram. I have my Instagram up at the bottom if you want to go check that out. It has to do a little bit more with dwelling and making sure that you know that you are in the right place and everywhere that you're going, whether it's wrong or not, you are in the right place. Okay? I hope you have a wonderful night. I'll see you guys next week with a new video. Please like, share, subscribe, and hit the bell. And I'll talk to you later. Love and light to all.